Hello and welcome back, fellow viewers. Victus is back in Hex of Steel. We're going to continue our campaign here in the Iberian Peninsula, in which we are fighting the Spanish Civil War. We are playing Spain, which is called here the Fascist Spain, which is the Nationalist Spain, and then we have the Spanish Republic, which is our enemy. This is a democracy, is part of the Allies, and eventually we would want to have Portugal as an ally to be on our side in this war against the Spanish Republic, as it was historically. So you can see that these guys are neutral in ideology, but we can invite to the faction over here, and it says that you do not have enough funds. Obviously, we're going to need 11,325. This is represented here on the income, but we're going to go with that slowly but surely, because we are eventually in July 17th, 1936, still in the first turn. In the previous video, I just started to move my pieces over here. So now I bring all of you to the north of Iberia, and we're going to directly to La Coruña, and we're going to try to take, exactly not try to take, but we're going to take Burela de Cabo over here. So let's get on with that. We're going to continue here. We're going to move our troops in the north, and then we're going to move in on the area of Catalonia, and then we're going to end the turn. So let's go here and start doing our thing over here. The first thing is that in Burela del Cabo, we have the 5th Garrison Division. The 5th Garrison Division is a very normal hex card of the enemy. These are basically the garrison troops that are not so powerful. They have the soft attack of 25 and the hard attack of 10. This number over here represent the soft attack, which is against infantry and against things that are not armored, and the hard attack is against armored things. This number here represents the ability to shoot to airplanes. Then down here we have the number 1, that is the ability of this unit to shoot 1 hex beyond. For example, this one shoots 1 hex beyond over here, everything that is all around it here. This one down here shoots 2 hexes beyond. That means everything that is around here and around here as well. It has a little bit more range. And then we have the number here. The number here, the green one, is the amount of hexes this unit can move, but it's not representing the hexes exactly, but the move points. Every hex has a different movement point cost. Some hexes cost more than others. Okay, so another important thing to take into account here is that here, this is a normal victory point, and we have these guys with green morale. We have gray morale, which is normal. Green morale is very good. Then we have yellow morale, which is bad morale, and red morale, that is, the red bar represents low morale. Then we have over here the health points of this unit. Eventually the health points of this unit are 50 of 50, but if I go down here, just for the sake of illustration, we can see here that this guy has 38 over here. But if you notice down here, I cannot move the mouse because if I don't hover over this guy, you're not going to be able, but it says the 38 that is here, but it says 38 of 50. In the other hand, here we have 50 of 50, and the same thing happens with all of our units. As you can see, with our own units happen the same thing. You have 100 of 10 of 110, so on and so forth. So let's go to the north and let's continue with this situation. I'm going to take, okay, these guys have the ability to shoot hard targets 16. He shoots 16 points to hard targets, and he shoots 30 points of hard targets. He cannot shoot soft targets. As you can see, it says 0. So that is something good to take into account. However, it can shoot at it can shoot at it. Nevertheless, we have the ability to move 10 because he is on water. Each water tile is going to have just 1 movement point cost. So it can move up to 10 hexes. So it says that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to here. That's possible, yeah. But for some reason, he's able to move up to here as well. Okay, so I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to send him over here. And I'm going to take this one and send him over here. I'm not going to attack because I'm just using these guys to understand what is happening here. Now, a good thing is that there's nothing here that can, for example, do something against us. So then what I'm going to do is definitely I would move. Let me see if I can move. I'm going to move. I'm going to leave this Pontevedra area. This is a village. I'm going to leave these unprotected, and I'm going to move here. This guy I'm going to move up here, but before doing that, I'm going to send perhaps this guy here. Let me think. I'm going to move it here. Then I'm going to send this guy here, and this guy is going to stay there. This is going to go here. So the 3rd Garrison Division is going to go to Sarria. The 8th Garrison Division is going to go to Lugo, and the 10th Garrison Division is going to fight against the 5th Garrison Division over there. But we have a couple more options here. We have the 7th Light Artillery Battalion, and we have the 15th Light Infantry Division. If I click the 15th Light Infantry Division, we can see that we have the ability to hit 30 to soft attack. And then this is going to decrease the 30% of these. 30% of 30 is going to be able to stop against the attack. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to take this guy. If we move here, we have 50% of the possibility to be covered by the trees. As you can see up there, 50% trees, thick forest makes 50%, sorry, of cover to this guy. So I'm going to move him to the forest. And by doing that, you can see that you are going to spend all the movement points over here. And I'm going to move this guy over here on the hill. Okay? By moving this guy over here, I can shoot at these, and as you can see, it says that it does 10 to soft attacks. This is a soft attack, so I can do 10 to these, but this guy is going to reduce 30% of that. 30% of that is going to be the 30% of 10. I'm not sure it's going to be 6 because it's not. It doesn't have to be so something like that, but I'm not going to shoot anyway. Okay, that is going to be for that area. Then what I would do, this guy's can shoot 15 to soft attacks. Then what I would do is, I see 2 hills here, so I'm going to move. This guy is going to go 1 and 3, so I can go directly to here. I'm not going to shoot as of yet. Now look at this guy. We have a powerful 19th Light Infantry Division here. This guy has an ability to do damage of 30. This guy as well. So these guys are pretty much the same. These are light infantry divisions that are the same as this one. And I'm going to move these over here. I can still shoot at these, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to start moving all of these guys here. Okay. First of all, I'm going to send this guy here. Going to send this guy here. And this guy here. We're going to attack with these garrison divisions against this garrison division. And then we have the problem of this guy here. So what we're going to do in order to attack these guys? Well, let's think about it. Let's see if I can move here. And we have another 14th Garrison Division in Gijon. So let's think what we're going to do, what is going to be the operations here. First of all, I can attack to this guy. I do a damage of 30 against this guy. And this guy has here a possibility to defend 30%. The thing is that if I shoot at this guy, I will do 25 and he's going to do 15. So I don't think it's going to be worth it, but I can damage this one and it's going to be worth it. So this is pretty self-explanatory. I just moved this guy here, the light artillery battalion, and I shoot at this guy. This guy now can do damage of 21. This means that he's going to damage me less, but I'm still not wanting to commit here. The thing is that this guy over here has now 42 here, as you can see, and the morale is now less. It has a normal morale right now. So that is what we're going to do there. And over here, I don't think it's going to be worth it to attack. So I think we could move this one here. And to attack this one is going to do more damage to me than him. And this, I'm not sure if this is because this is because this guy is here on the city. So it's basically as if we are shooting at those guys inside the city of Gijon, which is a harbor, which is harbor tile that gives him 50% of defense, which is it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea indeed. And let me see if I have If I have some sort of, in order of battle, if I have some sort of airplanes, I don't think we have any planes. Okay, so here we have fighters or light bombers. I would like, there are no fighters. Okay, fair enough. So now what I'm going to do, let me see if I can go for policies. Short bombardment, HQ points cost 50. These are doctrines, military tactics. HQ points cost. Which are the HQ points cost here? 30 damage when landing. 30 damage to ground units when fighting in urban tiles. Units production, we have infantry production focus. We have infrastructure here. Ah, there you go, conscription, because we need a little bit of conscription. But by spending 50 HQ points, I have recruitable population and -5 damage dealt by units that are level 1. But we have forced conscription that will give me +10 recruitable population. I will do this one. HQ points I have 50, so I will have more population here to recruit. I believe this is going to be good for us because that is going to allow us to increase the manpower. So then we have here +5% income, but we're going to get -5% manpower from villages. Now this is very good. Repair speed for destroyed tiles. This is efficient modernization. Okay, then we have the possibility to do heroes can be unlocked 1 level earlier. From infantry to armored units. -30 damage from infantry to your armored units. +30% damage to all submarines against naval targets. Units will not retreat anymore. No step back. There's 20% damage to all ships against ground targets. This looks good. I think I'll do this one. Against ground targets means that I would be able to hit this guy more strongly. I'm not sure. Let me see here. I think it's going to be the next turn. I'm not sure if it's applying all these into the same turn or it's going to be up to the next turn. So then we have the research, partitions, garrison. All of this is already done. We have unlocked these things. We can go for this one. This one is the M1937 45mm, which is a better one from those. It's going to take 11 turns to research. Then we have the 122mm. I don't think it's going to be good for us, that. We have the possibility to take those airplanes here. So let me see. Landmines we already have. All of these we already have the possibility to do that. So then I think this one is going to be good. Okay. Ah, but it's 87 turns to research. It's so freaking crazy. And it depends on how many of these guys you have starting to research. So 11 turns is not bad. So let's leave it like that. Now let's continue here and let's see what else we can do in this area of Guardo. I'm going to treat this area separately. I'm going to separate these two areas here. This area and this area is going to be concentrated in here, or we can concentrate our forces by taking this area and just leaving here a defensive position. So what I'm going to do is the heavy infantry division here, I can really move into here. Of course, I can shoot at this guy, but I'm not going to. And then I can move this guy over here. And of course, I can still shoot at that. This is a... Let me see here. Where is the order of battle? Okay, this is this one here. Everything is rank 1, so that's the way you see what's the rank. And then we have this guy. I cannot move through here. So what I'm going to do is definitely I'm going to pull this guy back, move this here so I can position himself in another tile. Over here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stay here. Can just move through here, so we're going to stay in here. You can see that these guys have 3 entrenchment. This one here, these guys are on the woods. This thing gives 50% as well as this one. So basically what I'm going to do with this is pretty much moving here. We have the possibility to shoot 2 squares. So I'm going to move this here. And there's another one here that I want to pull up. We have this reconnaissance battalion here. It is going to be very useful, I think, over here. Pretty much. So I'm going to use this reconnaissance battalion to see what is happening here in Falavera de la Reina. And I'm going to pull up perhaps this 9th heavy artillery battalion. This is a powerful one indeed. So let me move in here. We have spent here not too much fuel. We have 44. So that's not bad. Okay, what else we have here? We can see that guy that has fortification. So this is some sort of entrenchment, even though this is a heavy infantry division. And he is fortifying this area. Obviously, this is Madrid. We'll have to think a little bit of what we're going to do here. So perhaps we can start moving our heavy infantry down here. Just to have a look at what is happening here. Look at this, we have here more light anti-tank battalions. So now we're going to approach here in the mountains just to see what is happening here. Obviously, I think we're going to begin moving a little bit of these guys over here. On the mountains, I think it's going to be much... Oh, we have a light tank battalion. Look at this. This is very good. Light tank battalion here that I'm going to send basically over. I don't know if I'm going to leave it here. Never mind. Okay, here we're going to leave it here like this. This guy now has not entrenchment, but I will put it here in the next turn. This one here is a light anti-tank battalion. I don't think we're going to see any tanks over there. So what I'm going to do is to move it. If I move it here, it's going to be difficult for it. So then to move down here and then to Palencia and Valladolid. Or perhaps here in Tudela. No, it's going to just be stocked in there. So I'm going to move it here. The sound of the horse means that this is pulled by horses, as you can see there. So now here we have 44th garrison here, and we have a bunch of units here. So let me start moving. This is thin forest to pull in here. We have found here another unit of light infantry near Bilbao. So yeah, what I'm going to do is send this guy here. This guy is going to stay there. Or better, this movement is going to be better. Obviously, we lose the entrenchment. So we can shoot at this one freely. I'm not going to do that. So right now, let's try and start pulling back here with these units. So I'm gonna send this guy here to Pamplona. So we're in the area here of Navarra. Over here, I don't think something is going to happen here in Huesca. I'm going to maintain this guy over here. Then, in this area, I see a heavy artillery battalion here. This guy is good in the thick forest. So then we have the possibility to use this light artillery battalion, which has 15 for soft and 15 for armored, is moved by horses. So I can just pull this back, move this one here, 15 against 20, and this is going to give you give it 50% of cover from the 15 that I do. So it's going to be 3. Okay, so now here, let's see what we're going to do here. Here I see light infantry division, another light infantry. It's good for me to be here. There's no thick forest over here. Eventually I can move. Okay, let me try to pull back a little bit, even though this guy can pull back here. I think I can shoot at this guy. This guy is a light anti-air battalion. Let me see. Okay, I think, I'm not sure if I'm going straight to Castellón. Entrenchment is good as far as they are stationary there. Gonna try to hit this guy, even though he's not too much. I think he's good here. Yeah, I think it's okay. So I'm going to leave those guys there. Okay, however, I think we're done with the first turn. So let's end the turn. Now that was beautiful, that ambush that we did there. Okay, we lost one. We lost one. Okay, we lost Oviedo. They took Oviedo. The reason they took Oviedo is the guy that was here on the mountains. He took that with light infantry division here. The 76mm surrendered here, but then this guy was ambushed. That's the reason we ambushed this guy here. And we ambushed as well the 11th Light Infantry Division. These guys are still with good morale, and these guys are with normal morale. This is very weak. This guy is very weak. As you can see, this one as well has 69, even though these guys have fairly good amount of HP. Just this one is not having a good amount of HP. And this one that goes back here is good. So that was the situation that happened, everything that happened by now. So we're going to concentrate again in the first area. So we're going again into this area, then we're going to go wrapping this thing like this. So now I'm going to send these. Now these guys are garrison divisions. Of course, this is a transport ship that, even though it has a garrison division, if you go to order of battle, you can see that inside this guy there's a garrison division. Let me see here. Let's move this guy here. Now we're able to shoot at this guy. We have 50 and this guy has 50. I think it's good if we do this. I think it's going to be good if we do this. They are 33 and we're 39. We're still good in terms of morale. Let me get a little bit near to the microphone here. So that is it for this. I'm not sure if it's going to do something if I move this guy here and then I can shoot two squares over there. It's not even possible to reach that. And thinking about here, I think I'm not sure if these are planes and thick forest. Is this guy able to move from here? out of here? I don't think. Okay, never mind. So now let's go and let's attack. Let's do attack here of La Linea here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is to... Am I dropping this guy here? I'm gonna drop this guy here. This is a light infantry against the garrison here, even though this guy has 30% here of protection, because it's very well entrenched, of course. But I think this is going to be better. No, I'm not going to shoot. We're doing good steps here. Okay, now let's see what we got here. 3, 11. And then here 7 is not enough. Here we know that we have an enemy over there. This guy can do 17. It has normal morale. The thing is that this guy has 44 supplies. Let me see, if I shoot at this one, it's not going to be worth it. But here, of course, he can cover himself. So yeah, what I'm going to do is to send this guy. I'm gonna send this guy here. And this guy here. Both of these guys that are heavy infantry divisions, they have 50% of cover here. And they could do damage with these. But I don't think it's going to be worth it. Finally, basically because I can shoot three hexes away, I'm going to push this guy. Well, basically I'm gonna push this guy back. Obviously it's going to use a little bit of fuel, but this one is pulled by horses. I think I can attack this guy here, so I'm gonna move it here and then push it on the woods here. So far so good in this area, in the southern area. Now the situation here, we have noted this armored reconnaissance battalion here. It is damaged. This guy has low morale. The reason I think it's because he doesn't have supplies, but he can go for these that he's bringing from this area, from this factory. So he's bringing, by the cost of 2, he's bringing the supplies over him. So he's doing 11, but he's going to lose a lot. I would need to pull in the guys that do harm, like this one. This is like light anti-tank battalion. This guy do a lot of harm. So now that this guy is here in the thick forest, in the road, I think I'm going to pull him back here. That's what I'm going to do here. And this guy can still be here in the thick forest, protected by the 50%. And then we have this guy here. This is the engineer. Let me see. He can do things like this, as you can see, laying mines and stuff. But up to this point, I'm just going to pull this guy into the river, and he's going to stay there. He can move to this thick forest because he's on the river. So what I'm going to do is try to pull this guy that has the 55 light anti-tank battalion with the hard attack and put it here. We just move this guy over here. I think it's going to be okay if I move him here. And this one here. Still, this guy can do damage, of course. So I'm going to save him here. And then this guy here. So he can move here 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then shoot at this one if it's possible. This one, these guys have entrenchment, I think. Okay, so then let me just see if I move this guy here. Let's see what I can do. Okay, so he moved here near Cordova. Nothing happened there. Everything is okay here. We just saw this armor reconnaissance battalion, and then we continue pushing up. In this area, we know that there's something here. Over here we have this guy that is a little bit militia division, a little bit beaten. I can do a lot of damage here. And with these guys, I can still do damage. 16 and 16 is 32. I think I can destroy it. But I think that I'm going to move this light infantry over here just to see what is happening here. It's better to move to the thin forest because it has 25% instead of these. And then we see this guy that is very beaten, that I can shoot at him. And then I can put this guy here and beat him. Now this is a good position because we can start beating these guys here. We have the possibility to beat the militia division and the other militia division, the 17th and the 16th, that will give us the possibility to take Almendragelo. Anti-air here we have, and we can clearly, let's see, we can clearly shoot at these guys. Our morale is very high, so I'm going to shoot at this guy. I'm going to clearly destroy it. This one is 41. Let me see. I have a lot of 50% in this town of protection instead of the 0 from the roads that he has. So let's shoot at these. Okay, this guy. Shoot at this. Now he's 9. I'm not going to shoot with these guys. I could do it. It's going to be a waste of or I could just resupply munitions or heal the unit. Just heal the unit. So now the unit is healed. I cannot shoot with it. Now let's shoot at these guys. It's going to destroy it with one shot. Definitely, yes. Okay. Here we have, this is a village called Don Benito. And that's it. I think I'm going to leave it like this, and the next episode I'm going to continue the situation here, which basically we're just going to move this guy here and this guy over here, And then we're going to concentrate ourselves in this situation. Let's remember that we just ambushed the guys that just tried to enter it here. There was a little bit of battle here. I think we're good here, but here there's a little bit of a problem. We're going to deal with it. So far so good. We just advanced very good up to this point. So let's leave it like this. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Hex of Steel. This is a very, very good hex game, war game. For all of you wargamers out there, this was Victus. See you in the next one.